Recently, there was a news item on the news and the radio and everywhere in Ghana. It was a video that was captured on a camera of a man beating the wife. The man beat the wife till the wife was unconscious and then dragged this wife on the ground to wherever he was. This man was eventually arrested and prosecuted. But what triggered a lot of attention to this video was the fact that there were neighbors and people surrounding as this man beat his wife until the wife was unconscious. When the journalist went there and asked the neighbors why they watched on as the man beat the wife to death, the answer they gave was very simple. The answer they gave was, that was the wife. Meaning, that is his wife. You might be surprised at this answer, but it's relatively understandable in certain cultures or even in sub-Saharan and other countries. This is an instance of what we call domestic violence. It's when men beat their wives to show their power and so many things. In my hand is a demographic survey that was done by Ghana Health Service with the Ministry of Gender and Children Affairs. It was supported by several institutions, both in and outside Ghana, by the USAID, the UNICEF, the UNIFPA, and DANIDA. The demography gave so many information about marriages in Ghana. And I'm going to share a lot of these things with you. For instance, in Ghana and most parts of sub-Saharan Africa, there is something we call bride price. This bride price is money that a groom's family or a groom pays to the bride's family or the bride, typically the bride's family, to get the hand of the bride in marriage. This money ranges from several amounts. Some ranging from monies that can be paid with years and others with months of work. But usually, it takes a lot of hard work for a man to get a woman's hand in marriage because of this bride price. There are several positives about this bride price. People have actually expressed it. In communities, some have argued for it. Some of the things they say is that it promotes education or the girl's child education. And it's true. A Rogers Foundation did a research here, and it showed that communities that paid huge bride price, fathers or parents were willing to send their children to school, especially their girl child. Because when you send your girl child to school, it's worth more. For instance, if you send your girl child to school as a junior high school, his amount of bride price doubles. Senior high school will triple. University graduates will probably quadruple, or probably you get a huge sum of money. So it's seen as a form of investment by families. The other fact is that it serves as a form of incentives for parents to take good care of their children, their girl child, to raise them well so that we get lots of money from it. They also argue it's a form of showing appreciation to the woman's family for raising a wonderful child for them. And the other part is it serves as a gift to the woman's family. These are all wonderful points. And in other words, it gives value to the woman. We've all watched this movie, John Lingo, Nine Cows for Mahana. How much John Lingo paid for the wife gave the wife some self-worth and respect in the community. But don't get me wrong, this has more downsides. The bride price has more downsides than the good sides. The question is, if a family would only take care of their girl child simply because the girl will be worth more or as an investment, then it degrades the family relationship. It degrades the essence of parenthood. It degrades every moral about parenting. You don't have to educate your child simply because you are going to sell him, sell her, and then get more money. Secondly, the whole idea that it's a gift doesn't really hold, because when divorce comes, it is expected that the husband would take back the money they paid. And sometimes they are huge sums of money. Therefore, making women get stuck in marriages in which they are being abused because they can't pay the money back. So if it's actually a gift, why would a gift have to be repaid back? It's actually an appreciation shown to the woman's family. Why do they have to show back their same appreciation when divorce comes? So it's not actually a gift, is it? It's a question of paying money. In other words, I refer to as buying a wife, buying a woman to stay with you. On an average, it is indicated that women in Ghana marry at the age of 19 on average. The average age is 19. But interestingly, the average age of men who get married is 30, because to pay a bride price, it takes a lifetime of work for the young man to be able to pay. And the other side is, and the part that is more painful, is the fact that immediately the men pay this amount of money, their view of the woman changes. The woman becomes a commodity, their property, something that they bought with their woman that they can use in any way, and it increases domestic violence, which is terrible here in sub-Saharan Africa and most parts of the world where bride price is paid. Sometimes I would love to ask this question: how much is a woman worth? How much would you pay? And how much would a woman say, I am worth? Am I worth this amount of money? Am I worth this amount of dollars? Am I worth this amount of cities? I don't think any woman is worth any amount. A woman is worth his pride and what he does. There is never any amount of money that can buy a woman. And so this bride price should be abolished, and every institution and everybody should stand for it.